Welcome to Toffee TV, live at 5:18. We were just recording something else, apologies, but we're here, joined by Tom. He is at TLogic1991 on Twitter, if you want to give him a follow. Tom is here. Tom does scouting, footy analytics, all of that kind of stuff, so he is here. Obviously, Everton play tonight, Tom, in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Third round, Fleetwood away. Are you nervous? Or what are you feeling?
I mean, as an Everton fan, you're always nervous, aren't you?
Always.
So, but I think the confidence comes from the Salford game where you look at that Everton squad now and you think, we've got some good squad players now who can go and sort of put Fleetwood out of the way. So, I'm confident, but then you've got the Everton mindset really just lingering a little bit. So, hopefully they go put them away in 5-10 minutes, but it's never the Everton way, is it?
No. I think it'll be tough. But
penalties?
No, thank you, mate. Let's get it 3-0 and be done.
We're not that good at them, are we?
No. I think for me, I think they just got to, if the attitude's right and we work hard enough, then I think we should have enough. That these players a lot of these players who I think will play tonight were our first team last season.
Exactly, yeah.
And if they want to remain at Everton, they should be able to put League One players away without any. And the other thing as well is no crowd. It's a different game. With Fleetwood, it's a full house, then it becomes more tricky. It should just be a game on 11th playing field, really, against players who aren't as good as you.
Exactly. You're just not training ground game as such, but bit of an environment similar. I mean, even when you look back on the weekends, I mean, what would the attitude have been if with the fans when West Brom?
That first half an hour. Could have been.
You don't know, so listen, it might be helping Everton with us not being there.
Well, it's about getting. I guess it's just about getting into the groove, isn't it? And we had a great last week, didn't we? Won 3 games in 6 days. So
I mean, Fleetwood's they're a good outfit, aren't they? Joey Barton's got them playing good football. I mean, some few little players there that can play football. I think Camp's number 10. I like the look of him.
Obviously Sam Stubbs, Alan Stubbs' son, centre back.
Yeah, you've got
Chad Evans up front.
You've got Madden. Madden who bangs a few goals in at that level. So yeah, they've got little threatening behaviour. So
Glenn Whelan, who likes to put his foot in.
Hopefully 2 foot stands off early, isn't he?
But we'll see. Let's get in to some of these comments. Sophie Gallagher says, what do you make of the news? We want rid of Walcott, Iwobi and Balassi. Get rid of all 3 of them. And then a winger comes in, praying it's going to be Leon Bailey.
Well, like we said before, I think with Walcott, I think it's a bit of a fantasy thing that you're going to get him off the books straight away. I don't think anyone would sort of... You're going to loan him, what would you...
He's got, 8.5 months left?
I think he's just a solid squad player. Yeah,
he's a squad player. But I mean, listen, for him, I don't know. I know he's been linked with Leeds. If someone like Leeds come in for him, he might fancy it. Southampton, that's where he's from. That area, he might want to go back there. It's
a tough one really with Walcott, isn't it? Because you just see it go, right, he's got 8 months. Let him be the back. If we do bring a winger in, you just let him be the backup. I mean, he weren't even on the bench the other week, was he? So,
Saturday, yeah.
I mean, the thing with Iwobi, listen, you've got to give him another chance.
Do you think?
Yeah, you can't sort of judge him on being like that out and out winger on the right wing. He's never that.
No.
He finds spaces in the middle, doesn't he? He's very good at that. He was good at that at Arsenal. So I think another year to give him the chance, maybe in that 3 where you've got to Corey Allen and play Iwobi next to them. I think that could be a nice little area for him.
Interesting. Jonathan Ryan says, what do you think about no fans in the stadiums in October?
You've just got to go with the government, haven't you? You can't really do anything else.
It's difficult,
can you? You can't. I mean, lives are at risk, aren't they? I mean, at the end of the day, I know it's a thing, but it's only football, isn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, if it doesn't affect you, then you don't understand really. But when it does, and you lose someone that you love, then bit of a different ball game, innit? So, listen, you just got to go with it, haven't you? I mean, we all want to be back and seeing James doing his thing, and we'll see it in the end. But I think if we all do our thing, all our bit as a community, then we should be back in no time.
Yeah, fingers crossed. EFC Inside says Bailey is interested in Premier League challenge. He is. I think he is. I think that's why he got AD Ward, appointed AD Ward, didn't he, as his agent to try and get him to try and get him a move, so I'm sure he is. Mr. Finch says, hello, Blues from New Jersey. Hello. Mr. Finch, hope you're okay, mate. Whereas Sam Wetsy says, up the Blues. Daniel D says, Zaha, please.
What do you think about Zaha?
In what way? As
where
a player?
Where would you play him, though?
You see, I think if you got Zaha, then I think James can play where Gomez has played. I think he pops up in the middle anyway. And I think Zaha could play wide right, wide left. And you've got Dom through the middle. I think if you had the front three of Zaha, Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, you'd James behind them, I think you'd terrify teams.
Yeah. Is he an out-and-out winger?
60 mil. Well, nobody's a wide striker. So then you'd have a proper front three. You'd have a Liverpool, Man City type front three.
I think he's got a bit of a work rate as well defensively.
And he works hard.
Sort of mirroring.
Money-wise.
What do you get? 30 million, is it?
Well,
what did we get quoted last season?
80.
80. It's come down that much.
So I don't know. Would he improve Everton? Of course he would.
Yeah.
Of course he would.
You get more options up front then.
Exactly. And would he take us? Would it terrify teams looking at them three and James behind him? Yes, it would. It's whether you could pay that money. We'd have to move.
Do you look at that difference between, say, for example, we're looking at maybe a top 8, top 7 finish? Is he the one to guarantee that?
I don't think
he worth that push? Is it?
Yeah, but then I understand that, and obviously at 28 in December, isn't he? He's not young. No sell on. You do. I know people don't like that, but you do have to look at it a little bit because you can't keep putting a pot of money out and that's it. It's done. But then he could be the difference between getting you into the Europa League a couple of years on the run, which makes you 20, 30 million. So that's his fee.
It's the difference between league positions as well. You make more money.
2 million every position. So
exactly. So
I don't know. It is a tough one, but I mean, where Liam Hughes says, where do you think we'll finish this season?
If the transfer window finish now and we've got that squad, top 8. Just being a bit reserved, really. But I think you look at it and you think, if Decore gets injured, who have you got there to back him up? I know Tom Davies was probably reported to be going to Southampton. You've got Gabaman, who's meant to be coming back, but a bit of a toss-up how good his fitness is or how he's gonna start. Or yeah, I mean, you've got Delph's hopefully on his way out. I mean, they've done really well to bring in James and all that, but have they got the players in the squad to make it that if James Rodriguez does miss out of like 5 games, have we got that player to facilitate it? So I think
you're hoping that they have, but
you got a 38 league, you know what I mean? 38
games. But I listen, for me, I think we do need one more. I do.
Right winger.
I think a winger. I do. A wide.
Oh no, if it's right winger, I mean, you're talking.
See, Bailey. I think Leon Bailey didn't have a great season for Leverkusen.
No, that's
the year before he was sensational, and I think his ceiling is quite high. So and he's got the pace. So I think he is a difference maker. Zaha would be a difference maker.
He's a bit of like an inverted winger, left-footed player. Listen, how much the pace. I mean, the way the Premier League's going now.
But for me, you do have to move out then Balassi, Bernard, Walcott.
Well, exactly.
Delph,
like fans have got to realise and think that, yeah, just get rid of them. But it's 2-2.
And it's money, isn't
exactly,
it? It's difficult. But I think either of those would, even Lozano, I think would take us up a level. I'm like that with Lozano. Don't get me wrong. I think he's got loads of quality, but it's.
Yeah, I think it's more so Bernard with me with Lozano. Yeah,
he's a bit quicker though than Bernard.
Yeah, has he got? He's a bit lightweight. Yeah.
But Bailey's a good size.
You look at Bailey and he had a little bit of a dodgy season in Bundesliga, but the way he plays and the pace of him. Yeah. He'd do damage in the Premier League. Fingers crossed.
But we do have to move people out. Carlitos Martinez says, hello fans, greetings from NYC. Hello Carlitos. Daniel Hignett says, guys, do you think Carlo sees us as a stepping stone? If he brings us back to the helm, will he stay and finish his legacy at Everton?
I don't know, where could he go?
I absolutely do. I don't see him as I think he looks at Everton and thinks,
this is it.
This is it. And yeah, I wanna. He's won 3 Champions Leagues. He's won leagues in 4 different countries. he's one of the most decorated managers around. He's in a world-class bracket. I think if he builds Everton up to what he wants them to be competing for the Champions League, that's as good as whatever
go through where he's been. He's been at Bayern Munich, so where's he going in Germany?
Back there.
Where would he go in? Dortmund? I don't think Dortmund. No. You look at, he's been to Madrid. He's not going to Barca. Back to Italy, he's been at Napoli, Milan.
Juventus, Parma, Bologna. He's not going back to...
and I don't think, and personally in the Premier League, I don't see many clubs trying to pull him away from Everton. I don't think
he'd go, mate. I think he's quite happy where he is. He's getting well paid. The ambition's there. The ground's coming. The players are there. Usmanov backing him. He's ready to build something.
He's always had that thing against the money where he's come in and he's just ticked it over, and
that's what you've said. Yeah,
that's the way. Well, other fans say it, and
it's not bad to do that.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Like going win Champions Leagues, but I think he wants to prove something. He wants to prove that I can build this team, and I'll go. And listen, he's not coming in to come fourth. No. He's coming in to win leagues.
He's trying to win something.
Simple as.
Yeah, he wants to. Lee Reynolds says, Baz, hello Lee. Andrew Cunningham says Fleetwood should be a lot tougher than Salford. I agree.
Yeah, of course.
I agree. Where are we? Fruin Pinto says same formation tonight, 4-3-3. I think it probably will be, won't it? It's what they used against Salford, didn't he?
Well, they've got the players for it, so I don't see why you'd
change it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 4-4-2, we all got fixated on that. But I think he was intelligent enough to just see that it worked and to come into a club instead of going, right, I'm going to start playing 4-3-3. He's going to start playing, passing that. He just went, right, he's doing well, let's go again, 4-4-2, and then go see it in the summer.
JPLO says it's 2:20 a.m. in Australia and here I am. Good morning, mate. That is proper dedication.
Yeah.
James Buchanan says, come on, you Blues. Michael Chalice says, do you think it's silly that we've let Gibson go out on loan with only 2 fit centre-backs at this moment in time? If we lose another one tonight, we could be really short at the weekend.
I mean, it looks like that now because of Brandtwaite, but you don't know whether it was already in the pipe. It's obviously been
Gibson was, because obviously Huddersfield were close to taking him as well.
You're hoping that they're a smart outfit and they've let him go and they've got someone already coming in for maybe the weekend, but they're cutting it a little bit short, aren't they, for the weekend?
I think they're looking at a push. I guess Dean can play there or Coleman, but I know it's not ideal, but what I'm saying is that's probably how they look at it in the hope that it doesn't happen, but they will be. He said the other day, didn't he, Ancelotti, we're after a centre-back. So it will have to be a decision to be made today. So Lee Reynolds says, Baz, do you think Ellis Sims will make the squad tonight? And when are we going to see a rematch in the footy golf? We do need a rematch in the footy golf, but I don't know what the score is with COVID. I'll ask the lads, because we definitely need to play them again, because we should have beat them last time.
Oh, was it Aintree?
Was it Aintree, yeah.
Well, I'd live up there. I think they're still going so
still
far.
Going, yeah. So maybe we need to go and get that rematch done. Ellis Sims for the bench, I don't know, is the answer. Scored on Monday, but I don't know whether there's too many players in this. I mean, the only thing I would say why that could be an option, not saying it would be, is that for me, there's no reason to put Dom, especially given he iced his hamstring after the West Brom game the other day.
About that, yeah.
And there's no reason to have Richarlison on the bench for me. As much as I love Richie being there, I would rather have Ellis Sims there.
Doing the world of goals, wouldn't it?
But
no harm.
If you're looking and going, well, we need to try to get through in this competition, then you maybe they look and go, well, Richarlison is a difference maker, so we need to put him on the bench.
It'd be silly if, I mean, what you've just mentioned, and he did ice his hamstring, I forgot about that. So it's worth wrapping him in cotton wool. I mean,
definitely.
We were saying, we haven't before about Calvert-Lewin. I mean, everyone gives him a little bit of stick and he can't do other things, Championship. But if he gets injured, who have we got? It's all on Moise Kean, and you look at Moise.
He's not the same player, is he?
But is he even ready to take that mantle? It's probably sink or swim with Moise Kean, isn't it? So I think you've got to protect Tom. I think you've just got to give him it. I mean, listen, I know we've got to take them seriously and you've got to get through, but for the team that he put out against Salford, they should be more than capable to be putting Fleetwood out.
Yeah. definitely. With like some Moyes, Kean and Bernard. And,
is it at Fleetwood?
At Fleetwood, yeah.
They got a good pitch as well.
Got a decent pitch.
It's not a rough house pitch, really, is it? It's flat. You know.
Early season as well.
Exactly.
So,
should be able to play football, yeah.
So get them likes up, 607 of you watching. Hit the like button while you're here. Why don't you? Wyndham Walter says, Wim from Birkenhead, living in Sweden. Hello, mate, and love watching and listening. Everton are defo in the top 6. Please say hi to my blue boys, Oscar and Elias. Hello, boys. Hope you are well. Stephen Croft, I think it was, and gone Steve, that's just shot away from me before I had a chance to say it. It's disappeared. Said, didn't Theo say he wanted to play in... Stephen Croft, didn't Walcott say he wanted to play in MLS before he retired? Don't know. I think he'd be really good in the MLS, I think.
It'd be next summer, won't it?
You know, but it won't be yet, but he could definitely go next summer.
Where would you put him in? What team in MLS? LA?
No, I think he could... I don't know, because it depends what he wants to do. There's Inter Miami with Beckham would be one, wouldn't it? Or Orlando City. Still got a bit of pace, hasn't he? Yeah,
like, you know.
I think he'd do well. If I was him, I'd go there and just play up front.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
I think he could do all right. Who knows? Terry McAllister says, oh, hi, Mark. Who would you rather fight, 1 Piv or 5 dwarf versions of Ped?
5 dwarf?
5 dwarf versions of Ped.
Would you?
Yeah. Piv's massive to me.
Yeah.
Like run through his leg. Actually, it'd be like, I'll give him like, he's like Hagrid to me.
Might be nimble on his feet though, mightn't he?
Yeah, 5 dwarf Peds. Bob Holmes says, you reckon Barton will show his backside? No. Juan Camilo Mea says, greetings from a Colombian from Miami up the Trophies. Hola, Juan. Up the Trophies, definitely. Craig Flaherty says, what's the thoughts on Tom Davies getting linked to Southampton?
Well, we were talking with him, we were saying he's not on that top 5 list of who you'd get rid of just yet, because he can do a job. It's a squad player at the end of the day. It's a squad game, isn't it? Rotation as well. We're talking about Dom before wrapping him and Cottonwell. I mean, Decore. If you lost him, you lost that box-to-box sort of midfielder. I mean, you're struggling there really, but I think Davies can do a job for us.
Yeah.
It's just if they trust whether Kabaman's coming back.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be down to.
Yeah. I think for Davies, I think he needs... he definitely, for me, needs a loan. And we need to see whether he can... If it makes a difference in playing regularly. And then I think they should make the decision on him. If he has another season where he's indifferent, then I think maybe for him as well, maybe a move away from
I think
Everton.
as well with Southampton, though, you look at it and look at the way they set up, and the question marks around Davies was, is he mobile enough? And the way they play, they need mobile centre mid, so you start wondering...
But then a different pair of eyes on him from a different coach might help him, mightn't it?
Maybe.
Who knows? Random Uploads 1987 says, hope Nielsen Kunku plays, was impressed with him. What are your thoughts on him?
Very impressive going forward, wasn't he? I mean, he hasn't really been tested going the other way yet, so... But yeah, I mean, that's a brand's deal, that, isn't it? If you could put it on.
Looks 240 grand.
Quite surprised now. I think other major teams were in for him as well, and Ancelotti picked up the bat phone, didn't he?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Johnny Hodgson says, even since if you were adding 2 players to the Cup starting 11 tonight from the weekend, but not including Mina, who would it be? So who would you keep in from the weekend, 2 players?
Well,
if it was
Kean, innit? It's got to be Kean.
So Kean.
Centre half, and I don't know really. I think I'd change most. I mean, Kenny's got to come in, hasn't he? I think Coleman's.
But he didn't play, did he? So who would you like? Mine would be Pickford.
Oh, that's...
It would. I'd keep Pickford. I'd play Pickford tonight. I would. I know Jalverdin's just signed a new deal. He did nothing wrong last week against Salford, but
stay forward.
I think for Joe, just keep him playing.
We probably will. We might see Pickford, but I think you'll see Kean.
Yeah, Kean. He'll have to play Kean.
Yeah, I think he will.
Where are we? Tom Roberts says hi to all the Blues from around the world. Pig Fence says, who do you think we're more likely to sign out? Leon Bailey, Perisic or Todibo?
I mean, you might see 2 of them, mightn't you? With Bailey and Todibo.
I mean, that's what people would love.
What do you think of Perisic? 31.
I think he's been brilliant, but at 31 and another player who plays on the left-hand side, I wouldn't be interested. Don't get me wrong, he's still, I've seen him for Bayern Munich last year, he's still a good player.
Yeah, I mean,
I just think 31 is that we've got to be careful that
not overloading
we just keep bringing players in who in 2 years we have to flip and we've got no money to do it, and then everyone will be fuming. See, Leon Bailey makes the most sense to me out of all of them. If it's 25 million, like they've said to Leverkusen, give them Davies for a year and give them three payments of 8 million a year or something. Get him in because his ceiling is so high.
Has Leverkusen ever come out and said that they're willing to loan him yet, or what?
I haven't heard it.
No, it's just price.
They might just want money. I don't know.
But when you look at him, when we said before, if he had a bit of a dodgy, well, not dodgy season, but a bit of an inconsistency, maybe the time to go get him.
To try and get him. Well, that's what I'm saying. He appointed AD Ward to come in and get him a move here. Yeah. So
I think the year before it was 50, 60, weren't it?
But the 83 thing, he got quoted 83 million. So if you're talking 25 now,
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
who knows? Bethel Muller from South Africa says, hello from South Africa. Had a debate with a Man U fan about who you'd rather be playing for. Who you'd rather have playing for Everton, Lukaku or Richarlison.
Fuck. What did they go for?
He hasn't said. That's us.
What would you go for? Send you first then. I mean,
Richarlison.
But are you looking at it?
I'm looking for everything, and is how much he communicates with the fans and gives.
Yeah, then to it is, would Richarlison improve the Everton team that Lukaku's in, or will Lukaku improve the team that Richarlison's in?
Both. Both. Wouldn't he, if you put Lukaku through the middle here? Said to you today.
Yeah.
If Everton played a 4-3-3, and you had Rom, and you had Dom in the middle, and you had Richarlison to the right of him as a narrow three, as a proper front three.
Some attack that, innit?
Then you've got goals. And
Lukaku makes some brilliant moves. I mean, Rodriguez would just find him all day, wouldn't he?
Probably. So there you go. Stop it, because we start thinking.
Starting debates.
Getting it all excited. Sam Wetty says, need to get more players out then, and Carlo said it's hard to train the main players when there's 27 players. There is. I was saying this to, I think to Cam yesterday, is that we made 10 changes last Wednesday, and that didn't include Gabaman, Delph, Bezic, Sandro, Balassi. Just straight off the bat, there was 5, Holgate, 6, Brandt was in, Holgate, 6. That's just off the thing. Then there's the 10 changes. And then you've also had the people like Ellis Sims has been excluded, who trains with the first team.
We've never seen it at Everton nearly, have we?
Berserk, the amount of players we've got.
I've said on Twitter and that, I seen the team against Salford and I thought that team was like not far off what our best 11 was.
And
you know what I mean?
So that shows you, doesn't it?
Hasn't Carlo come out though and said he wants
20 plus 3.
20 plus 3.
So, and we're at 36 at the moment.
We've been saying for the last couple of years that the squad needs trimming though, don't we? But like
we've already got, we've had 11 have gone out the door already. And we've still got another excess, about 12 players that need to go.
It's what happens, but this is what I'm saying with Marcel Brands. I mean, he's doing a very good job in my opinion.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to get. It's easy for us as fans to just go, get rid of him, don't want him, don't want him, get rid of him. On that Tottenham documentary, you see Daniel Levy going, fans haven't got a clue really. There's so many things to get one transfer done. And he went, the ones who say just get rid of them, he went, nobody wants your players, what do you do?
Exactly.
And that's where we're at the minute.
Well, where would you put Balassi? Where would he put, but where would he go?
But I'll be honest, I'd have Balassi and over Walcott.
Would you,
100%, and I'll tell you why.
Because he's good on Twitter.
He's great on Twitter. He was great when he come on here. Had a great chat.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you why. Because he's got the power, and he's not as quick as Walcott. But then again, he makes more things happen. And I think he's stronger. But don't get me wrong, neither of them have pulled up any threes for us. They haven't been amazing for us. But I think I look at the physique of Balassi and just think he keeps the ball a bit better than Theo. Well, Theo played last week against Salford, right? What did he do against the League 2 opposition? He didn't do a thing, and his header was a joke. It was a joke, right? He done that much and that well that he didn't even make the 18 at the weekend.
Yeah, I think what he likes about Walcott, we were saying about it, he likes having a winger you can go beyond defence.
Yeah.
Where Bolasie still got that.
Possibly
See,
not.
I didn't really stay up to date with what he was doing in Portugal, really. But
he started off, they sacked the manager who took him, which was a problem.
Yeah.
He done okay, and then he got sent off for something that was nothing, for going like that to an arm.
Yeah.
The fellow went down holding his
that.
face, he got sent off, and then that was that.
And that was done.
But what he's done is he come home and he trained for 6 months on his own, because they stopped in February. So he was training. Then against Preston the other week, he come on as sub, all right. Missed an open goal. But he done well to get there. He showed the lad the line a few times. I'm not saying he's Zaha, because he's not. But what I mean is, if I had to, personally at the moment, if he had to choose between the two, I'd err on the side of Bolasie at the minute. I don't think either of them are. I think
Carlo looks at it and I think he's already decided who's going to be at the minute. Looks like it's going to be Walcott, but as the club, you've just got to think, you've got to go, well, Walcott for 8 months, solid. You know, he's not a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Yeah, well,
£5 million quid.
But there's a few on.
I know.
There's a few on that. So.
Paul says, just seen a stat that James didn't make one sprint against West Ham. Just goes to show the football and brain on.
Yeah,
don't want to get carried away, but it's exciting to be a Blue. Yeah. Tom Roberts says Ron would score 30 goals in this side.
And the rest.
Wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, where are we? Ignore all that, because there's a United fan here giving loads. Harris, no, they're just arguing.
Oh, are you? Sorry.
It's like Terry, get the likes up, 516. There's now 710 watching Terry, and only 205 likes. Let's just press it, takes a sec. Harrison McGlasson says, agree with Baz on Leon Bailey, think he'd be fantastic on the right wing. Then you can move to James inside. All of a sudden, we get some depth. I just think when you look at it like that, right? Juan Camilo, I did say hello to you from Miami, so hello. When you look at where James goes and drifts, and you've touched on it before, the key will be keeping him fit. There's 38 games in this season. It's tough keeping him fit, and I think we've done it well. We took him off after 75 minutes the other day. The game was done. Look after him, wrap him in cotton wool.
Smart, isn't it?
But give us other options, so that the drop-off isn't as big when he goes. I know there isn't another James Rodriguez who can sit on our bench, but if you could get it, and it is a big if, but if you could get a Leon Bailey, it's screaming at me. If you could get him, it's a massive difference.
I think what it does, though, as well, I think it opens up to options, doesn't it? That's the key for, I think Ancelotti said it in pre-season, well, he hasn't got a specific system or formation he goes for. He likes options. We can all see it. If you get a right winger who left-footed in and out, you know, it will. It's just going to be that it could just take us to 6th.
Yeah.
Because I think at the moment, maybe...
Mate, I look at it. This is, and again, people, loads might disagree. I look at the Premier League and I think Liverpool, City for the league.
That's a given.
Right.
Chelsea look a bit...
Chelsea.
I think Lampard doesn't know what he's doing with the players.
But I think they'll settle down.
Yeah.
So I think they're 3rd.
Do you think Lampard will stay?
I don't think they'll give him as long as their fans think they will. Because he spent money now.
Yeah.
And Abramovich, he sacked Mourinho when he'd won the league. Frank might get a bit longer because he's a Chelsea legend, but I don't think Abramovich looks at it like that. Got rid of Conte, chase Sarri, chase Mourinho. But I think Chelsea for 3rd. United, I would have said, and listen, it's one game. Yeah. But say United seem to be the best outside of everybody else. So that's the top 4.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Arsenal, Everton, and this isn't in an order.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Tottenham, Everton, Wolves, Leicester are all then in the fight from 5th to 9th, I think.
I think it'll be between...
Wolves and Leicester, don't get me wrong, they're settled sides and all that.
Yeah.
But if Everton continue the way they're going, they're not better than Everton, neither of those sides.
No, not yet. I think Leicester are probably one centre-half away being a very good team. I think they brought Under in, haven't they? That's a smart play. They'll have the right back from Atlanta.
Castagna, but he'll play left back, won't he?
Yeah, but another smart... Oh, no, James Justin's been playing there, hasn't he?
But I think the plan would be to switch them over. But he's a good lad, James.
Another solid player. So I wouldn't sleep on Leicester. And I think Arsenal look very, very good. Where did he show up against?
I think midfield for Arsenal's an issue, and I don't rate the fullbacks. Kieran Tierney's all right, nice going forward.
Bellerin looks a bit off the money.
Bellerin is a bit of it. I think Gabriel's got. I think when Saliba gets in, I think he'll.
Oh no, it's there. It's there
well
for Everton because I think the way the whole pre-season, the way the league's panned out, I feel like Everton have had a little step ahead of other teams, but you've got to go.
Yeah, you've got to listen.
You've
got to do it.
Yeah.
It's all very well going. Oh, we're in the conversation for them places. Well, yeah, but we might end up 9th.
But people were saying.
But then again, we might end up 5th. Do you know what? I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying. I think the way I look at it, I feel like we're in that mix with those teams.
100% we are.
We have got to improve though, if you added then the other centre back, which we will get, and then you added Leon Bailey.
Oh yeah,
we are massively in business then.
You
really are.
Especially if you keep ticking over and winning them games now where you've got Palace. I think you got Brighton before the derby.
Yeah.
Then you go. Listen, if you go to the derby and for example you've won all them, then the derby becomes a bit of a free hit. But in my opinion, I think they've got to go. I mean, they haven't done too bad against Liverpool.
We've lost one at home in 9 years, I think. And that was Mane in the 95th minute.
Was it last year or year before? Tosin with the header.
Too shit. Well, this year, really? Davies, it's the inside of the post.
That's just
bad opportunities. But even the derby side, I look at it. If you look at last season, we were at Christmas when Dunk took over. December 7th, we were third from bottom with 14 points.
We all thought it was over.
And with 5 games to go, we were 3 points off Europe, right? And we lost at Spurs. We were dreadful last season.
Yeah.
And we ended up with 4 wins off a European spot. Yeah. And that's with throwing 3 of the last 4 games away. And that's in a season when we were poor and other teams were lauded. So if we can just be half decent for the majority of the season, we're in the mix. We're in the mix regardless of anything else. We're in the mix, and that's where we have to be. And now, if you then factor Ancelotti into that, and now you factor the fact we've got Alan, and we've got the Corey, and we've got James into that, natural progression for Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
You've already seen that though, haven't you? It's boost the squad.
Exactly.
You've seen that against Tottenham. We went to Tottenham, I know it was in like the COVID thing, but we rolled over.
Oh, in that one last season, yeah. It was terrible.
Now, but then when you see it now, you see the attitude change. Everyone's got. I mean,
they rolled over for us.
Well, exactly. But you've seen Sigurdsson against West Brom. I mean, the ball to Richarlison, I think that's a bit slipped on. I know we were all made up with the finish, but the ball was unbelievable.
Done it last weekend against Salford to Kean for the header.
He's been given a bit of a kick up the arse, hasn't he? So
they all have.
So I think they've got a very, very good team. I think they could go further if they just had that.
Oh, definitely.
If they could add them
if they could add another couple, we'd definitely be in business. And listen, it might not be this year, it might be next year, but fingers crossed it is this year. Paul 123 is on the bus and it's just crashed. So I hope you're all right, mate. Stuck here for a while. Edward, I don't know. Ed will know. Edward Bushes says, would you swap Alex Iwobi and 10 million for Zaha?
No.
No? Okay. Paul 123 also says, who would you start on the right tonight, Walcott or Iwobi?
Walcott. As being the winger, I don't think... If you're not going to play Iwobi in the 10 or playing him on the left to cut inside...
No point.
No point.
Okay. Ruben Arthur says, if United put a bid in for Dom for 80 million, do you think he'd leave? Do you think Dom would leave?
I don't think Dom would leave, but I think the club would accept it.
Do you?
80 million?
I don't think they would. Because it's like we were saying before.
Now I wouldn't say
who's the option?
Now I think they wouldn't at this stage, but if it was early in the window...
It's who you can get, though.
But 80 million, though...
It matter, does it? It's who you can get.
But if you look at it, you think 80 million for Dom, and then you go, well, if we can get a striker, we can get a right winger, then... Do you know what I mean? I look at it in the sense of that, if you get 80 million...
Well, it clears your FFP
for this year, but even so, if they do well and they do get into Europa League, they've got that little kitty there. And I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, as I say. At the moment, 80 million at this stage of the transfer window, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. I'd go, give me 100 then.
Definitely,
Give me once. I'd just ask for daft things. And if they really want him...
They'll pay it, yeah. Paul 123 says Gabamon can play centre-back as well when he's back fit. He can.
Oh, yeah.
Andres Philippe Pupo says, greetings from Colombia. Hola, Andres. We are Toffees fans now. Let's go for European competition. I'm pretty sure we can get it. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. It started well. Let's hope we can carry on. Dave Walker says 4 to 5 year deal for Carlo, but he teased an extension saying he wants to take us into the new stadium. He does.
Of course he does.
It's part of the build-up.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that, but...
No.
Even if, like, for example, over the next 3-4 years and he does leave, at least if he's put us in a position where we're fighting into the Champions League, then definitely. all the best to him. You've got to sort of get away from individuals and put the club first, haven't you? You know.
Yeah.
Like we always say, no one's bigger than the club. So if he's put you in a position where you're fighting for Champions League, then you just go get the next man.
Yeah, definitely. Luke Scanlon says, you think it's time to move on to some of the under-23s, the likes of Beningame, Connolly, they're not going to make it now, I personally don't think. Yeah. Surely they want to play first-team football.
Yeah, I think it's the club, down to the club really. I mean, we were talking before, saying Pennington, I thought he was 23 and he's 26. I mean, they've got to get their act together really with the academy, and I think they are starting to put things in place. They got Baines there now. I mean, they have Unsworth, the director or something, but he's still in charge of the team. So yeah, I think they're slowly but surely going to start transforming the academy to better things. I mean, they had Davies, Kenny, Dow. I mean, 3 there that had the potential of becoming first team players. I thought he got left to dry really in some instances, but yeah, I think if going forward, hopefully they do.
Crossed.
Well, like the other day, I mean, they had Bowler playing and you're scratching your head.
They had Bowler, Connolly, Beningame, Broadhead, and there was another one who were all over 22.
You can't really say they're in the shot window, can you?
None of them are... Well, that's apparently what they were, but they were in the shot window maybe for League One clubs, but they weren't. They're not doing anything for Everton.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And I had this on... I was talking on Twitter to Sam from the Echo, I think it was, and he was like, well, no, they're in the shot window for loans. And I'm like, well, all right, that's fine for them players, but I'm talking about my football club. Them players aren't going to get into Everton's first team. None of them. At 22. Ellis Sims, 100%. He should be playing those games without a shadow, because we were trying to develop him. Tyler Onyango, 17, he's one who I think he'll be in our first
even
team.
Last year, when they were playing the Ass, and you look at it and you go, why is he even getting it? Like,
but it's, I suppose, like you said, let's see where they go with it, but, let's get a few of these out. Low NYC says, since it's Mina's birthday, I feel like he's going to score this weekend. I love the channel praying for you guys to get 100,000 subs soon. Fingers crossed. Can we have over 300 likes? 810 people watching. 278 likes, lazy. Skrikar Candela says, I saw Arsenal's first 2 games. Gabriel is a bullet dodged. I thought he
played well
against Fulham. I think there was a couple of times his positionally wasn't very good, but I think it'd be more of a question mark for him with Mitrovic starting, I think, because Mitrovic
that was one I questioned a little bit, thinking
very strange from Parker not to have him.
I thought that one was a bit of a one that got away from them, because I think Arsenal have had this sort of thing where they're a bit soft, aren't they, at the back? Like Troy Deeney said it, hasn't he? So I think Mitrovic just, I mean, you saw him against Leeds. I thought he played well against Leeds.
Good at that as well. Yeah. That's if you give him the service like that, he'll score.
Exactly, yeah.
On Peyton, Simon Rouse says, afternoon. Gary Ward says, howdy. Hello to Andrew Hughes, Edward Brennan, Jan Fazachely. Stuart Thompson says, happy Fleetwood smashing day. Fingers crossed. Adam Conroy, Michael Woods both say hello. Andrew Hughes says, we can't risk Mina and Kean. Surely we've got a player good enough in the 23s that can play.
You got Ashley. Well, I don't know whether he'd get a game. He played Monday.
Same with Connolly. I mean, Callum Connolly, who played for Fleetwood last season.
Well, I thought I was looking at that and I thought Connolly might go in as centre half.
Just for a game, but I don't know. I mean, he might still do, I don't know. But Jan Fazachely says maybe Rudiger on loan. We spoke about Rudiger before, didn't we? But
would you get him on loan though? Would they want a loan?
He wants out, doesn't he? But I don't think Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea are dodgy. Gareth Hughes says, would you rather be a lighthouse keeper or a shepherd?
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Get out the house.
Yeah. Shepherd out the house, lighthouse keeper, you've got to go up higher than like height.
You just sat there.
And you sat there as well.
Do you get Wi-Fi?
You're open for the bulb to go, so you've got something to do.
Do you get Wi-Fi?
I don't think you'll get good Wi-Fi. Lee Winstanley says, evening guys, looking forward to tonight. Fingers crossed for a performance from a much changed lineup. If we get through a more experienced team against West Ham in the next round, I think so. Mark Zobel says, hello friends, Big Yerry Mina turns 26 today. Well, I think most Everton fans don't appreciate him enough at the current moment. When do you think he and Michael Kean will get replaced in the long term? Do you see any defenders currently at the club as long-term players who'll be here in 5 years?
I don't think he's not appreciated. I think everyone sort of rates him. I think he was our best centre-half last year.
Yeah,
so
he was.
I don't think I would necessarily agree with that. I mean, like you said, I think his contract's coming up soon, isn't it?
He's still got 3 years left at the moment, but it'll be the 2-year mark.
Well, that's where you sort of start.
You have to decide to sell him or to
How old is he?
20, so he's 26 today, so he'll be 20, like Michael Kean, next summer, 27 next summer.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got, what, 5 years left of being at his prime, you know what I mean? And they sort of say the centre-half get better at age, don't they? So, yeah, of course I keep him now, unless someone comes available that is far better. Yeah. But apart from that, no, I think him.
I just think once he starts scoring goals off corners like he should, because he's huge, I think the fans it'll go up even more then.
Yeah,
I think he just needs
he's one off, isn't he?
Yeah,
so before a bit of a run, you know what I mean?
But James' crosses, if he gets on the end of them, he should do.
It's very not often that you see a Premier League player beat the first man, do you, on a corner?
No.
I mean, so I think that's a plus.
It'll come. I mean, Michael Wood says, Barca bought a packet of orange clubs last week. Why? That's all I'm going to say. I couldn't remember orange clubs. I was sick when I had them as a kid. Like the mint ones, do you? I'm all right with the others. It's orange. It's even saying the name now turns my stomach.
What about Terry's chocolate orange?
Yeah, I like that. All right. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with an orange twirl. He said, do you like the orange chocolates in Revels? Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah. But orange, I honestly, it makes me feel sick immediately the minute I say the words, mate. Gareth Hughes says, last week I was panicking about a load of changes. Much more confident now our second string can do the job. Prince Rupert says, afternoon lads, drinking Colombian espresso from my Toffee TV mug. That's excited about the game tonight, but I am genuinely worried about the centre-back situation. I don't suppose we're closing in on getting a centre-back in on loan. I think we are closing in on it, but until it's agreed, what can we do?
I wouldn't panic. I mean, it's not like Holgate and Branthwaite are out for months and months. That's where I'd start worrying and questioning. Hopefully they do get someone in. But if they don't and they can sort of get to Holgate, then it's not the end of the world. But you're hoping that they just come in, box it off. I think fans are happy.
With the fact he said it the other day, I think it's sorted. It's
just the Tomori thing, innit? It's unfortunate that Chris
he wants to come. Yeah. Chelsea are doing what Chelsea do, and I think Everton this year need to pull it and just go, we'll give you till Thursday. They might have done this for all we know. We'll give you till Thursday, because aren't they playing are they in Europe?
Champions
in
League.
Or are they just in a League Cup?
No, they've gone straight to group stage, haven't they? So they won't be in Europe.
So they're in the League Cup then, because Rudiger's been left out. Oh yeah, they're playing Barnsley. So Rudiger's not even in that 18. Yeah. For that, so I think Tomori probably off the table. So we'll have to get whoever.
Didn't they try that last year with Zuma, and then he went, well, we'll have Tomori. So
we'll see.
I don't think they'll do it. Go down that road again. I think
we'll have to move on, won't we?
Yeah, 100%.
Matt, there's going to be a video out on the centre backs that me and Tom have done. So have a look at that. We give our opinion on what they think the club may do. Armin says opinion on Iwobi. I feel our current system has something to offer him.
Yeah, of course it has, yeah.
And I'd keep him.
I think it's more so that 10 role, innit, where either coming off the left side where he can cut in. That's where I think he's most favourable. I mean, you can play him with Decore and Allen. I think they've got the legs. I mean, defensively, he's probably better than what Rodriguez would give us. So yeah, I mean, you look at his stats and you look at what he produced at Arsenal. I mean, he's a very good player when you play him right. And I think we've got a very good manager who sees his potential, and you don't see him on the wing really, do you? Now, I mean, you come on for West Brom and he was insensible. He's good at playing through the lines. He can pick up space. I think he's got to, I said this to you before though, I just think he's got to bust the gut a little bit more. I think he's got to be more physical. He's got to get in, and if he does that and puts himself about, because physically he's a good athlete. If he puts a shift in, then I think fans he will appreciate him. But I think he can't float through games. It's not good enough. No. Alex Dominic said hi from Almere, Spain. Hello, Alex. I've just seen something that Straw Cage says. Well, to me, but I'll ask you, Tom, who would be a better signing, Leon Bailey or Ismaila Sarr? Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good one, that. I mean... Sarr has belter potential, like, and has played in the Premier League. I like the Premier League, Sarr, because I think he struggled a little bit, but he's had that bedding in period, and then at the end of the season, he started becoming a little bit better, didn't he? So, I'd go more Sarr. Okay. Fair enough. But Bailey's could be Anthony McGregor saying, Tom, bigging up Baz's most hated teams, because Leicester wind me up. Dear. I don't hate them, they just wind me up. Where are we here? Why do you think they're just rubbish, do you? Or? I don't think they're rubbish, I just think they're massively overhyped. Yeah. Massively. I think Vardy gets injured, they're done. Yeah, true. Won't finish top half, because we haven't got a goal in them. But then they've got some really nice players, like Tielemans. Under, if he clicks, will be a cracker. I'd love them here, but it's a big if. Yeah. Maddison, I think, is Gylfi light. I think he's got more. He's more mobile. I'll tell you who he is. David Bentley. I don't know whether you remember it. He's David Bentley. All bluster and all of that. I like James Justin. I like him. Solid. I think Sonsu's decent. I think they're a little bit weak at the back, centre halves. Yeah, centre backs. I like that. Evans has just had a bit of a bad injury. Castagne's got loads of potential. So they have got some good players. I think Pereira's brilliant. Yeah, I think they're just that sort of. They know what UEFA. They know what they're doing. They're like Wolves. They know exactly what they're doing. They're just a well-established team. So but I just think they get lauded for. I don't understand why, but everyone's entitled to their own thing, aren't they? Sam Wow 123 is watching from Indiana. I love the middle. Don't know whether you did, but I love the hex. Oh, mate, come on, you must have seen the middle. Malcolm in the Middle? No, it's called the middle. The hex. Nah, I don't think I've seen it. Oh, my God. That an old one, is it? On a comedy. No, I think it finished about a year ago. 1940s. Listen, Ned, back to your friggin' acoustic. 19_MK_97 says, do we know anything about Todibo? Never seen him play. Well, I've seen him play for Schalke, and... Again, we've done a centre-back video, which we go into it more. But he's highly talented. He won't be at Barca for no apparent reason. Plays at that, I think he went at 18, was he there? I think maybe. So yeah, he's highly rated. It's just getting him the games, and you've got to sort of look at it from Everton. You think, do you bring someone in that young and then let him make the mistakes at the club that he's going to make? Then we get Martinez again with Stones, don't we? Is it worth it? I mean, aren't we a bit? I think we're past. I think we're not. I think the club can't be a development club, can we? No, really, we can't. Not now. No, because I don't think over the course of Mashiri's been here, we've never established ourselves as being that. So if you could establish yourself as being that top 5, top 6, 7, then maybe you can. Maybe you can start bringing players in like that and start seeing the sort of thing and allowing them to just develop, but not at the moment. We're just not at that. We're not at that stage. James Gallagher says this lad is boss bars, get him on more. Oh, yeah, there you go. Thanks. Nice, isn't it? Mark Nichols says, would we take Rudiger on a season-long loan? Then you're talking, what is he on wages-wise? You're talking, what are you paying for the year? Would they want to put a clause in that you've got to buy him at the end of the year? Is he good enough for us? Rudiger? In your opinion, I mean. Yeah. Does he change us? I mean, last year I thought he was solid, so and he's Premier League proven, so I don't think at Everton you should turn your nose up at someone like that. Yeah. It's just, can we do it financially? And I mean, I think he'd be solid. I mean, I can't really remember going off the top of my head. Can he play left side? I mean, I keep banging on about this because I think that's what Ancelotti wants. He wants a left-sided ball-playing defender. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
So if it comes to a point where they can't get Tomori and it comes to a point where at the end of the transfer window, maybe last day, maybe you start putting him. But the way Chelsea played us last year, I wouldn't even go near them if they start playing funny business like that.
That's the problem, innit? Andy, Piv, would you have Rudiger? Let me know in the comments. Where are we, Mr. Dragons 3 says hello from Sweden. Have you talked about Gordon not playing, I'm assuming, at the weekend? I had no issue with him not being in it, to be honest.
What we've got to realise is that he come into a terrible team and he showed us what he's about, but he's 19, like where we talk about development. Are we prepared to give Gordon games? Maybe. I mean, he signed a new contract, but no harm for him to go out on loan. If you couldn't get rid of Bernard, you couldn't get rid of Iwobi, who were the same, or you couldn't get rid of Sigurdsson, then I think a loan would benefit. I think he's got that, like we said in the previous video about Calvert-Lewin, that attitude, that desire of wanting to be a Premier League player. I mean, I think he put himself away for 3 months, didn't he, in a house on COVID?
Just to work hard.
Have you seen the pictures?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's changed, hasn't it?
Is that's what
I wouldn't put him out though, mate, because I think he's got something to offer us. Whereas I look at...
Oh no, I do that.
I look at Walcott and I know he's not great on the right because he likes to cut in. But
he's that number 10, he's that left-sided midfielder that...
You've got a plethora of them, haven't you?
I know,
and
but
not on the other side.
You look at it and you go, who could you send out on loan?
No,
and it's him in it, really.
I just mean he's the one who... I still think he offers us something, and that's what I mean, whereas I'm not convinced Walcott does.
Do you think we could get rid of Bernardo or Iwobi this transfer window?
I think Everton would sell both of them.
But you think someone would want them?
Would want them.
Because that's what you're dealing with,
that's the thing, yeah.
I mean, you're talking, what, 100 to 120 grand for Bernard's wages?
Yeah.
Who's going to take that on?
But then if someone come in and went, we want you, you're 27, and we want you in our team, then for him,
if someone come in for a loan, and then at the end of the loan they said 10 million, I'd snatch their hands off for Bernard, 100%. And then you start giving Gordon and the...
That's right. No, I know what you're saying, you're trying to fit him in, but then it's up to him to force his way into that 18. Nelson Gomez says, Ola from Medellin, Colombia, go Toffees, good luck today, thanks Nelson. Alex Thane says, Moyes Kean, stay or leave?
I mean, he won't go, we know that, but my personal opinion, I think he's going to get to that point where if he doesn't start producing, I think fans, if we were in the stadium, will start getting on his back, and then the pressure starts coming. I mean, you seen last year he was in and out, and he was sort of playing too much extra. I mean, going a little, trying too hard, in a sense of just playing the game. I mean, he got a little stick, didn't he, against Salford. I thought his touch was a little bit off and things like that, but he still played. But like we said, I mean, my issue with it is if Everton do want that top 7, top 6, and Calvert-Lewin does get injured, would the club or Ancelotti be confident
that he's the replacement?
That he could lead the line?
What do you think on Josh King? 12 million quid,
I know the Piv says it is, he'd rate him, but I'm a bit like that with Josh. I mean, he's just a solid
player. Anywhere along the front three.
Well, the one I put up on Twitter was Flavin from Marseille. He's
Florian.
Yeah, I mean, last year of his contract, 27. I know he's just come back from a little ankle injury, but scored against PSG. I thought he was very good against PSG. He's that sort of left-footed right. He can go left-right. Not
Premier League proven, no.
I know, but...
Josh is.
I know, but... Is he proven, really? I mean...
Plays wide, 1 and 4.
Bottom half Premier League. I mean, I know he went to Newcastle, but he was at a sinking ship, really.
And United wanted him last year, January.
But when you...
Spurs wanted him.
But when you look at what Thwavin done in France, I mean, he's putting serious numbers up.
Went to Newcastle.
I know, but...
He's played for Newcastle.
For 13 million. Last year of his... I mean, I think he's come out and said he won't go anywhere at the moment, but...
I'm not. Listen.
That's like, but I feel like I feel like he's developed a lot better and matured a lot better than when he was at Newcastle.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyone can go to a
club his physical type and the way he plays is Premier League to me, in my opinion. So I think
quick enough, because King is.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, he's intelligent.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he hit about, I think if you could check, I mean, off the top of my head, I'm sure he scored in like the last 3 years. I think it was like 60 plus.
Has he?
And plus as well, I think he was high on his assists. I know assists is a bit of a dodgy stat, but...
Yeah, but it still shows you're making things.
I think, yeah, you're right in the sense of, is he Premier? But I don't think you can ignore what he's put up. Especially in a Marseille team that haven't been really, they haven't really challenged PSG, have they? So I think he maybe wants to look at... He might be
an option, possibly, yeah, definitely.
Because I think when you go past Bailey...
There's not that much. Yeah, I like Buanga, but he's in and out. But his numbers are good. He's 5'11", play right, left.
We brought it up before, Diatta.
Creffens, Andy will tell you.
Oh, no, he lords him and all that. I mean, and plus as well.
He's Mane.
He can play right back as well.
He's Mane. He's going to be the new Mane.
Do you think? I thought Zaha was going...
Zaha's just going to be amazing for them, isn't it?
Was it true that Everton got offered Zaha at the start of the summer? Because that's what I've been seeing in the so-called news.
And 40 million quid.
Loan or was in 40
million quid, yeah.
I mean, you look at that, don't you think? Is it,
40 million, it's a flip of a coin. But Liverpool can do it because they've got the players, haven't they? Murray Blair Park says Baz the middle is top class. It is, mate, absolutely.
I'm going to have to Google this, I'm going to have to find it.
Honestly.
Is it on Netflix or Amazon?
It was on Amazon Prime. I watched it just when it was on the comedy channel.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant. It's honestly,
I'll have to have a nose.
Dead funny. Brick's amazing. Kids called Brick. They got 3 kids. Just dead funny, mate, honestly.
Called Brick, yeah.
Brick, the kid. Lucky for Moise Kean, will have empty stadia till the end of the season.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Dunrig Gill, 100, says, hey, it's Martin Watson as always from Newfoundland, Canada. Where's Ped? He's on his holidays. I thought Fabian Delph could play centre-back at a pinch.
Against Fleetwood? Maybe.
He could do. Listen, he could do.
I'll play him against...
Delph will probably get minutes tonight.
I'll play him against Fleetwood. I've got no problem with that. It's when you start playing him against Man United and then you go, Jesus.
Can't get near it.
Exactly.
Danny Morton says, Baz, slightly off topic, wouldn't it make sense to get the 23s playing at Walton Hall Park in the long term alongside the women? 100%, Danny. 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt, get them there. Let fans go and watch them when we can. Moving forward.
You'd probably get a good turnout as well.
And get a good 1,500 to go and watch them, I think, or 1,000, and there you go.
Yeah.
Atletico would confirm that we've had talks for Santiago Arias.
I think
he's been offered to everyone.
I think that Fabrizio Romano come out and said he's going to Leverkusen. Everton were never even...
Everton have inquired about him because they inquired what they wanted, but they only wanted him on loan because, again, he's 28. So they're probably not wrong.
What do you think about right back? Are you happy with it?
No.
Seeing the first 2 games? I
think Seamus has done really well, and I think he will do really well.
Would you go in for a right back?
I don't think we can expect them to play 38 games.
That's where Kenny's going
bombing up and down. Kenny, for me, not convinced in the slightest.
I know, I mean...
Because of his positional sense, not him. I think he's solid in a tackle. I think the thing he was really good at, he stopped doing, which was bombing down the line and throwing crosses in. Stopped doing it now.
I mean, at Schalke, they were saying he played well, but I watched a bit of Kenny, actually, and he was still doing the same things as what he was doing at Everton. I mean, he got caught out a few times. I think he gave a few pens away as well, didn't he? And they were probably... I think he'd done one, and it was carbon copy of what he'd done at Leicester.
Yeah, just straight in. I watched them against Bayern Munich, and listen, Bayern Munich, European champions, so they're outstanding. But he was marking Thomas Muller wide, tracking him brilliantly.
Yeah.
Bayern had the ball on the right-hand side. He's tracking Muller. Next minute, he just switches off, and Muller runs. It's 0-0. Muller runs off him. Ball comes in, bang, 1-0, and he goes. And people are looking at him, and he just looks down because he knows.
Yeah.
And he tracked them all the way. And if he'd just stayed switched on, he'd have blocked them off. It'd have been 0-0. And then they started pulling him out of position. It's little things like that. It's like Blackpool the other week. The first goal it was, I think, it comes over to his side, and he's on the other side of the penalty area, and the lad smashes it in, and it's like, you're not positionally, you're just not disciplined enough. Now, Whether he gets that
he's
from
not
training
tactically aware
every
for
day,
Premier
exactly.
League.
He might still go on and be a good right back, no question. But at this moment, is he good enough going the other way?
Again, though, we look at it and you think, where would he go?
But he's at Palace sniffing around him, West Ham, Southampton. He's at Premier League clubs sniffing around him.
I think Southampton took Kyle Walker-Peters because of the Højbjerg deal. I think
well, it was that, or because they were big for him. Well, they were going to be honest, they were. I was going to say Circle at Sus, but it's on YouTube. They were going to take Kenny as part of the Højbjerg deal.
But I think that's what it was. It was either Kyle Walker-Peters or Kenny, and they've gone for Walker-Peters because at the end of the day he was there, weren't he, on loan? So I look at it and think,
I don't know. Can we get these likes of 400? 13 to go is right. Patrick Farrell says it's the footy show on these days. Patrick, it's on its own channel called, just put in the search, the footy show is boss. One long thing, no gaps, and it'll take you over. Go over and subscribe there. Matt will put a link in the comments. Now go over and subscribe and click the notification button and you will know.
The Footy Show Daily.
Footy Show Daily. Me and Tom have done once a day, so get over and check that. MP says, I bite Watford's hand off for Sarr if they said 30 to 35. The problem is, we haven't got that money. That's the problem.
Listen, if you sold the 5 or 6, then you're all day.
Then you can do it, yeah.
But fans have got to realise his players have got to go out now.
Yeah.
That's probably the sole purpose.
That's where I've said this before, I'll just say it again. At the moment, if nobody goes out, and this is it, the only bit of business Everton can do, is a centre-back on loan. That's just about. They can't do anything else. If we get rid of a few, then maybe we've got room then to get a Bailey or grab someone later on.
But I think if that does happen, I think fans have got to sort of just not get frustrated with it.
No.
And sort of just understand of where the club's at, but we're progressing.
If you'd have said to me, Tom, the only Everton can make 2 signings this summer, that's it, mate. 2 signings. I'd have gone, get me 2 centre midfielders.
Yeah.
And I'll go with the rest. And we done it. And we got James Rodriguez.
For free.
So the rest of it is a bonus. I look at it now as a bonus now. But we've got to, hopefully, some people will come in and grab some of our players.
But I think we all know, I think if they do get them out and they can bring that centre-half in and the right winger in that we know they need, you'd go
next level then, I think.
Well, you've got to free it from here now to like December. I don't think they're doing the winter break now, are they?
No. So we've just got to keep it going. Yeah. Maria English says Everton Veal Gluck from Austria. Thank you, Maria. Where are we? Get a couple of patrons before we wrap it up. Keith Powell said, hey lads, enjoyed the footy show this afternoon. What do you think about Max Aarons going to Barcelona for 20 million plus add-ons?
That was one where I've always banged on about it, where I thought, why haven't Everton just started? I mean, I think he's going on loan, is he?
Loan and then 20 or 30 million.
You look at that and you think that could sort you for...
I do like Max Aarons. I don't know whether they think physically he's right for a right back.
Don't you think he done well last year?
I think he's good.
He's at that age, he's at that age
20, where, isn't he, or 21?
Yeah, he'll fill out, obviously, he'll mature more, but I think he's very, very good.
He's comfortable on the ball.
Don't get me wrong, he's not Reece James stature.
No.
But
let him go there and we'll buy him in a year.
Is he?
We always buy players from Barca.
Would you say he's better than Lamptey? More capable than Lamptey?
Play different though, don't they?
Still,
I think he's more of a right back than Lamptey.
I think he's better going forward.
But then I like him because he's so comfortable on the ball, and that's what you have to be.
I think when you see him and the way he doesn't panic in the final third, and his head's up, cool, calm and collected, that's the type of... You've got to sort of mirror, I keep saying, Richarlison, you've got to mirror him to the right mid. So Dean, if you could get him and mirror someone like that.
Oh God, well, don't look at again, you mate, because your full-backs are people who have the ball more than anyone else.
If it was a normal transfer window and we had none of this pandemic and all things like that, I think you'd see a lot more players out the door quicker, and you'd have probably maybe seen better signings for everything. I mean, as in, not in the sense of Alan, I think they were number one targets. Yeah. But I think you saw when you look at, they were looking at Arias, I mean, are they looking at Max Aarons? Are they looking at for that development player? Because I don't think there's anyone really at the club who he's going to stop. Or, I mean, he's that type of player where you could play him behind Seamus, bring him out, give him the game.
Yeah.
But he's just for 20 million.
No, mate, I'd be all over it. But if they haven't got the money,
well, that's it.
And what I mean by the money is the room in the budget to do it.
We'll get him next year.
Exactly, we'll get him from Barca. We always buy their players.
Buy him for 5 million.
Exactly. Jan says apparently we tried to hijack the Semedo deal. Do you think it'd be worth hijacking Fofana? West Ham. I like him, Wesley Fofana. He's one I really like. Left-footed, Saint Etienne.
Yeah,
left-footed. Sorry, he's right-footed, but he plays. He can play right or left. Apparently West Ham will put a bid in. I really like him. Jan, he's one I would have. Ahmed says, is there any credit to the argument that this season we should go all in regarding the transfer window, the way we started our manager, and the general mood of building optimism versus a build over a series of windows? So do we build on what we've done so far?
City sort of opened the gates a little bit about FFP, didn't he? So, I mean, it's not even the fact that you go all out, it's the fact that you look at the team now and how much are they spending on this whole squad.
That's it.
That's the only issue.
That's
I mean,
the issue,
if they get rid of them, then they have got money.
There's money in the budget.
Exactly. So
getting rid of Balassi, Bezic, Sandro's $250,000 a week.
Well, that's just,
so there's 12 million a year.
Exactly.
So that's someone's wages.
Maybe you could add Bernard to it.
And Bernard would be, what, $400,000 a week then, out then the door.
Yeah.
So it's if you can get rid of them.
You got Bezic, what's Bezic on?
45. So if you can get rid of these lads who aren't...
See, it's little things like that though, like...
Delph.
I mean, it's all right saying, like, get him off for $100,000, but if you could get Bezic off for 45, then that goes to maybe Max Aaron's on 45, you don't...
You've got to balance it, but it's a way to do it, isn't it? Magnus says, did you see Carlos saying about how Gordon was questioning why he wasn't in the Prem squad?
You love all that,
he loves that. Yeah, I'm made up for that.
You got to, you know, he's 19, but he wants to play. I mean, that to me is great attitude, in my opinion. I love all that. You can't start going, who does he think he is? No, he wants to be a Premier League player. He wants to start. Don't get me wrong, he's an Everton fan. He wants to be that. I mean, he could probably potentially be looking at it and think, I want to be Gerrard's equivalent to Everton. I mean, that's probably his aspirations. Whether he gets to that level, who knows? But from sitting in the ground and watching him, of course he's going to have that aspiration. Of course he's going to go in, and he's showing confidence and going to a world-class manager that I forget about whatever your thing is. I want to know what's going on with me, and I love it.
Therefore. Right, the last couple, we can all get off and get home for the match. Harold Dotton says, Emerson from Real Betis, a real right-back, get him, sell Kenny.
The Barca,
Lad. Well, Everton, I think Everton do like him, but again, that's great saying get him and sell Kenny, but if no one wants John Joe Kenny, Everton have let it be known quite regularly in the press this summer that they'd take a bid for Kenny. It
depends on how much you're going to get for Kenny now, though, doesn't it? I mean, are they going to get that 15 million?
Maybe 12, and then
they might have to take a hit for 10 million and then loan, and then obviously loan to buy, but it's just, we're in a catch-22, aren't we? We've got to start getting players out the door, but if no one's going to take them, then...
Callum says, you think people would actually buy Bernard, Delph, Bezic, Sandro and Iwobi? Well, Bezic and Sandro, I don't think people would buy because...
I think Valladolid want him back though, don't he? But he's got to sort of cut his wages.
They're free in 8 months, so it make no sense.
I think Sandro's going.
Sandro will be gone.
Bezic be gone. Probably at the end of the window.
Yeah.
Maybe again, looking at it. Bernard, you're probably looking Europe, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
Spain, Italy. I think he'd
maybe.
do all right. Spain, I think he'd do really well.
Valencia.
A little bit slower, someone like that.
Valencia, maybe.
But it's whether people look at him and see
Valencia
him.
In a freaking...
They get picked off though as well, aren't they? So you just don't know. Jay Benedetti says, new fan, just getting to know the team. People keep talking about needing a right back, but I kind of like Coleman. What do you think? I really like Seamus. I think he's improved defensively, but at 31, I just question whether he can go up and down for 38 games.
The thing is with Seamus, and I think he's always had it, but I think his power and his athleticism have sort of got him away with it. It's his final ball.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
It's just that final ball that he
look at Luka Dean on the other side. That's what you've always got to look at to get
the weekend,
better.
And I think he got in a few times against Tottenham, and he just, the final ball, you're like, come on, Seamus.
I mean, on Saturday, it was his cross that led to the equaliser, wasn't it? Getting in the box.
Oh, no, listen, the first 2 games I've seen him,
he's done there,
especially from last year.
Well, you've got to think of a level across the season, haven't you? That's what you have to look at.
You've got to think if Coleman gets injured and you got Kenny again.
It's a bit of a difference then, that's all we're saying, isn't it? Where is he? Adam Prentice says, hi guys, what's happened to Sandro? Is he training at Finch Farm? Yeah, he's training at Finch Farm, but no one wants him at the minute. They're trying to get to a deal.
It's vital.
He's got to make a decision that if it was me and I was him, I'd just be like, listen, I just want to play football, so I'll take 40 grand a week. I've had 3 years of 100 grand a week.
But then also, I'll play devil's advocate with that.
Go on.
You look at it and you think, how much is he on 100 grand a week?
Something more than that, but yeah.
Forget being an Everton fan or anything. If a club's paying you that and you've only got 8 months left, you just think to yourself, just sit in here for 8 months or till January.
Then he's 25, his career's gone
but
nowhere.
Then you've got to look at people's attitudes towards
no,
playing football, and is he happy just picking up 100 grand, going to kick a ball in the background or Everton? I wouldn't assume so.
I'd like to think he's got a bit more about him than that, but I don't know.
Going from 100 grand to 40.
Yeah, but he's had 3 years of it.
Being greedy.
So he's done it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Go and make a career.
I mean, I think he will, because I don't think anyone.
Everton won't keep him here, mate.
Yeah, I don't think anyone, or even him, would look at it and go, "Oh, I'm just going to sit in the background." That's hard to do mentally.
Mentally, anyway.
And
he doesn't want to be a Finch fan.
No, he doesn't. Does he?
Yeah. Mikey Giannis is the last one. All right, Baz, what's your opinion on the defensive setup with free kicks, 2 banks of 4? Well, this is obviously something that David Ancelotti's been looking at and looked at all through the close season of how we defend that. I don't know. They seem to have dealt with it quite well at the moment. I guess.
No, I think it's brilliant. I mean, you look at it and you go, he's a bit deep, but the face and the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you looked at it, the Calvert-Lewin goal. Would he have scored against Everton? I don't think so.
No, probably not.
So it's intelligent, and I think as well, he's looking at it as...
And we like that, don't we?
Yeah.
We like that, we're actually thinking about it, don't we?
It's intelligent, because I think he's using what they've got. I mean, you look at Mina and Kean, they're a bit, not, I wouldn't say dodgy, but they're a bit... Flat-footed, going backwards, turning. Yeah. So if you get them looking at a ball, I feel like Kean and Mina would be very confident going straight up and attacking a ball, looking at it, knowing where it is, instead of sort of looking at sideways, trying to work out where he is and all. I think the confidence in doing it. Listen, maybe at one point there's obviously going to be a goal, maybe not, but that's where Stark. But at the moment, just let them go do what they want to do. I wouldn't really sort of look too deep into it.
Defo. Right, this is definitely the last one. It's from Simon Rouse, and you're having the last word.
Oh, am I?
Would you take John Stones on loan?
No. Point blank, no. Don't think he's really improved from what he had at Everton. I think he's very defensively, he's quite questionable. I mean, left side going on right. I mean, I don't think he's really cut out what he should have cut out. Or we all seen he should have. I don't think he's really progressed. Same with Barkley. I don't think they've progressed since they've left Everton. So no, not for me. I think Holgate's far better on the ball going forward than what Stones is, and I think he's better defensively. So putting him left, I mean, putting Holgate and Stones in a centre half is be a bit panicky, wouldn't you? I wouldn't, no.
You wouldn't?
No.
Fair enough. That is it. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the match, Everton and Fleetwood. The team will be announced in about 15 minutes, so enjoy the match. Thank you so much for joining me. And Tom, big thanks for Tom for coming in today. It's been great. At TLogic1991, if you're on Twitter, give him a follow. And, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, why not? And if you're into just listening to footy chat, me and Tom have done it today, get over to the Footy Show as Boss on YouTube and subscribe there as well. And a big thanks from Matty for keeping the production going today. So there you go. Enjoy the game, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow if you're a patron. Otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. See you later. Adios. Up the Toffees.